And we welcome you back to the Lady Raiders softball complex. We get set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between Roane County and Wirt County. The Lady Raiders victorious in Game 1 in 5 shortened innings, 9-0. The final score in that one. Let's take a look at the lineups for both teams. In the top of the first for Wirt County, Kaylee Murray will now be pitching. She'll bat first, batting second. The catcher, Braylon Slack, batting third. Kaylee Copeland, the center fielder. Cleanup hitter is the first baseman, Kaylee Fout, batting fifth. At shortstop is Mulaney Smith, batting sixth. And at second base now is Harley Boyce, batting seventh. The third baseman, Avery Reeder, batting eighth. The left fielder, Kaylee Dusky, and batting ninth, Casey Jones. The right fielder for Roane County, the same defensive set with one change, as it will be Nicholson once again pitching, and now Afton Wilson over at first base playing for Lacey Mitchell. Here we go. Very quick second game turnaround as Murray digs in once again. She'll take a swing at the first pitch, and she will rip it into straightaway center field as Murray presented, Matt, the lone base hit of the game in the one-hit shutout for Nicholson, and she wastes no time with another one.
Yeah, just right off the bat, Wirt County have been aggressive at the plate in that last Game 1, getting off to a good start.
So one pitch, one swing, and a hit already. That's what Murray started with the last game. Only the last game, it was Nicholson getting a glove on it on the 6-3 putout. First pitch to Slack misses. Again, Roane County now on the season, 5-1 after the victory in Game 1. 1-5 is Wirt County. We'll see if Nicholson continues to power through here after coming back in the latter part of that first game. She was really good in innings 3, 4, and 5. One pitch popped up, foul territory. And that one drops harmlessly into the grass. 2-1 now to Slack. Again, quick turnaround, 6:45. This game began at right about 6:42. And the 2-1 pitch, that one missing inside. 3-1 to Slack. Again, in the first couple of innings in the game number 1, Nicholson walked 3 batters and hit a batter. She finished the game, though, with 3 walks and a hit batter. So in the third, fourth, and fifth, she was great. 3-1 pitch. That one right down Main Street. Slack lays off, full count.
See, so far, Nicholson's control has been pretty on point.
Payoff pitch, grounded towards short. It's over to the second baseman, not in time. Steele underhanded that one. Murray had a good jump. Slack will be aboard on the fielder's choice, and the first 2 runners aboard here in the top of the first for Wirt County. Kaylee Copeland, the center fielder, coming to the plate.
That was just good base running there by Murray. She took off as soon as she saw contact. I think Steele thought she had a little bit of extra time. It might have been better off to have tried to overhand that one.
Copeland, first pitch popped up. This is going to be a double play. And just unfortunate for Slack, she got off of the base path. At first, she was midway between. And when she realized that was a soft infield fly. So just as the first couple of innings in Game 1, Matt, you get a pair of base runners aboard, you get worried. Now 2 outs and 1 runner aboard.
Yeah, just a heads-up play there by Nicholson, helping out her cause.
Cleanup hitter coming to the plate now in Kaylee Fout. She is the first baseman in this game. 1-0 the count to Fout. Next pitch, and late on the swing as Nicholson appears, Matt, to have all of the power and control of the last part of this first game.
Yeah, you can see as she gets back to that pitching circle quickly. Yeah, that's kind of indicative of what kind of how she's feeling about her pitches right now.
Next offering, a little bit high, 2-1 the count. Roane County again 9-0 winners in Game 1 and 5. They are now 5-1. Next pitch grounded towards third, fielded cleanly, and We saw the arm to end the first game from Wirt. She took a bit off of that one. And Roane County gets out of the early jam here in the top of the first. No damage done as the Lady Raiders will head to the plate after a half inning. No score. Moving into the bottom of inning number 1 here in game 2 of our doubleheader. No score between Roane County and Wirt County. Had a threat brewing, did the Tigers in the top half of the first. Kaylee Murray, first pitch single, followed by a fielder's choice for Slack. You had the first 2 runners aboard. And following that was a pop fly from Copeland to the pitcher, Nicholson. And they had Slack doubled off the bag at first. Following that, a quick ground out from foul to Boatwright at third. So just like that, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on board. 1-2-3 coming to the plate at the bottom of the inning. Piper Harlan, Carly Greathouse, Cadence Steele.
I was really impressed with the arm strength of Boatwright from third. Those last 2 plays, the one at the end of the game, one, and then that last one, really, I mean, just a rocket.
So we'll see a new pitcher here for Wirt County, Kaylee Murray. We'll see. Obviously, I was watching the warm-up pitches, much improved on speed. See if the control's there as well. 1-1 as Harlan swings hard at it. Piper had one heck of a first game. 3 for 3, 3 RBIs, a triple, and a run scored. 1-1 pitch down the middle. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
You can see it is a little bit of an adjustment. Murray throws the ball significantly harder. See if Roane County can get their timing down.
1-2 pitch. That one ground ball to the catcher, Slack. I believe it was Crash Davis that said that. He said, quit throwing so many strikes. Strikeouts are boring. Throw some ground balls. It's more democratic. 2-2 pitch. This one's ripped into the gap in right center field. Drops in. Harlan heading around first and into second with a stand-up double.
Good job by Jones to cut that one off and save it at just a double, because if that gets by, you know that's a guaranteed triple for Harlan. She's really got speed to burn on the base paths.
Carly Greathouse, she was 2 for 3 in game 1 with an RBI and a pair of runs scored. First pitch missing, high and away, good stop behind the plate by Slack. And Harlan is a very quick runner and a very smart runner. She's looking to move and advance bases anytime she can. There it is. That one got away. She was already halfway to third base.
Yeah, just got a great jump on that pitch. Unfortunately for Slack, the ball ricocheted up and over the head.
2-0 count here to Greathouse. Upstairs and quickly 3-0 it is to Carly Greathouse. On deck, Cadence Steele. Again, the 2-run ripped home run in the first game over the left field fence. And a 3-0 green light for Greathouse as Murray fires one right over the middle. 3-1.
She's showing that bunt, trying to get the defense to move a little bit and then pulling back on it and trying to take a slap.
And she'll only get the one swing. A 5-pitch walk issued. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Bottom of the first in game 2. And Cadence Steele stepping up to the plate. She was 1 for 1 with the 2 RBI home run. Pair of runs, pair of walks after that hit. Squares the bunt, backs off, and a called strike 1 as Greathouse advances with no throw. Runners now at second and third. And as we say in the business, ducks on the pond for Cadence Steele. 0-1 offering in the dirt. Another good stop for Slack. Count evens 1-1.
Let's see if Steele had a really nice game 1, had that 2-run homer.
In the dirt, that's going to get away from Slack. And again, Harlan was ready to go. And that one kicked off one of the shin guards, Matt, over towards the third base dugout. That was a tough, tough play.
Tough play to be made, but again, heads up on the base paths, Harlan. Speedster coming in from third. Greathouse advances over to third as well.
This one ripped up the middle and off the tip of the glove of Smith. And that will score run number 2 of the inning. Unfortunately for Smith, I'm going to have to call that one an E6. 2 runs across for Roane County. That's what they plated in the first inning of game 1. Afton Wilson, who's checked in at first to play defensively and offensively. Here's the pitch. There's the throw down to second. And Steele swipes the base. It gets to the outfield. A good throw in. That gets away. Steele now is caught up with the third baseman. And I don't know.
On that slide, it looked like her cleat got caught in the glove. Steele tried to hop up and take off to home.
You see that kind of thing, Matt, in football with helmets getting attached.
Correct.
That was a cleat and a glove attached to each other. Steele was trying to mule kick out of it. And the third baseman, Rick Reeder's like, wait a minute.
Hang on, I'm stuck.
Nevertheless,
it's
a stolen.
unfortunate, though, because Steele was probably going to be coming home.
Yeah. Next pitch, that one's going to get away again. And again, this is a short backstop, Matt, but the last 2 wild pitches have gone left and then right away from the catcher Slack, and that's allowing those 2 runs easily to score.
Yeah, if they go straight behind the catcher, you've got a pretty good chance of getting to that one. But if it kicks one way or the other, not much you can do with the speed of Roane County on the base paths.
So a pair of wild pitches adding to Roane County's total here. 3 runs across already in the bottom of the first. Wilson ahead in the counts, 2-1. Make that 3-1 now for Wilson. Still nobody out in the top of this inning, and Wilson a 5-pitch walk as Murray showing some struggles with control early here in the game. Katie Young, leading RBI producer for the Lady Raiders this year with 11. She was 0 for 1 at the plates in game 1. She was hit by a pitch and walked, and she will swing at the first pitch, rips that one straight away center field. That's over the head of Copeland all the way to the bottom of the fence. Wilson heading around third. She's going to head home. They don't see her, and she's going to score easily. They were worried about the tag out at second on Young, who was standing on the base, and Matt Wilson just said, okay.
Yeah, just take advantage. Young really took that last one for a ride. Copeland, we saw her make a nice play in the game 1, just wasn't able to get to that one. And like you said, you get too concentrated on, that was a little bit of a close call play at second. I mean, Young was in there easy with the stand-up, but you just get lost worrying about that base runner, and Wilson takes advantage and comes on home.
Haley Nicholson steps up and laces one up the middle. Greathouse going to head around. Nope, she's going to hold up. Now she will head off to home. I think she was not quite as sure until you see Kate Williams crouched over saying, hey, go. I think it was a little louder than that, but back-to-back base hits for Roane County, scoring 2 more runs after Young adds to her total. Team leading total with 12 RBIs. Nicholson wastes no time with an RBI of her own. She's got 5 on the year. Roane County opening it up quickly here, Matt. 5 runs, still nobody out in the bottom of the first. And this pitch going to hit Boatwright off the bounce.
And we got Lacey Mitchell out there running for Nicholson, advancing on up to second base. Still no outs, like you said, 5-0 Roane County here in the bottom of the first.
Well, it took me forever to catch up with the book here. Lexi Burdette, the freshman second baseman here today. Looks at one high and outside. Burdette in game number 1, 0 for 2. She was hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and scored a run as well. 1-0 pitch. This one low and inside. Gets away from Slack. Runners advancing. Mitchell to third, Boatwright to second. And this is what we thought, Matt, possible in that first game. Roane County was a little bit more consistent, but Roane County is a team that will take advantage of mistakes.
Yeah, he's just done an excellent job. Slack behind the plate has really, given her best effort. She's just been put in a tough situation. Some of these pitches coming in and skipping off of the plate makes it a nightmare for the catcher.
And Burdette will not see a strike. 4 pitches out of the zone, and the bases now are chocked full of Lady Raider runners. You've got Mitchell pinch running over at third, Boatwright at second, Burdette at first, and Fair Smelko to the plate. First pitch from Murray upstairs. Nowhere to put Smelko here.
And with some of those control issues, I don't think you even take the bat off the shoulder in this situation.
And she does not the first 2 pitches, 2-0. Smelko 1 for 2. A run scored and a walk in that first game. Laid down a pretty bunt for that infield single. 2-0 pitch. Murray finds the location. 2-1. Again, just one or nobody out, and you got the top of the order coming up here. This has the potential, Matt, to be a massive inning. 3-1 as Murray misses upstairs yet again.
Certainly has all the makings of it. You put 5 up. You went through the order now one time.
And make it 6 as a 5-pitch walk issued. That will score the 6th run as Mitchell comes home from third. The RBI for Smelko. And now we're back to the top of the order, and this is where it will get dangerous for Wirt County. Piper Harlan already smacked a double. Check swing on the fastball outside corner, called strike.
That was a great location on that pitch, just painting the outside corner.
The 0-1. Up at the eyes, Harlan lays off. Piper now with 8 RBIs with the 3 in that game 1. 6, count them, 6 triples. 1-1 offering upstairs.
Nearly had a triple in that first at-bat. If it wasn't for Jones out there in right field knocking it down to contain Harlan to only a double.
2-1 offering, missing again for Murray. 3-1 to Harlan. You got Boatwright over there at third. Bases loaded, 6-0, and this one smacked foul. First base side. And the race is on between the youngster and the Creek wins. Full count now to Harlan.
You see the frustration on the little guy's face. He was really trying to get to that ball.
Payoff pitch down the middle. This one's ripped high into the sky. Shallow left center field. Nobody goes after it. Miscommunication. 1 run will score, and they will send Burdette around from second. And that was just lack of communication between Dusky and Copeland, the left fielder, and the center fielder.
Yeah, it's just kind of hitting that no man's land, and, somebody's got to make that call. Generally, that's the center fielder's responsibility to be there to make those plays, but yeah, miscommunication leads to 2 more runs for Roane County.
Greathouse swings at the first offering high into the sky. Murray comes out of the pitcher's circle, and she will make the grab for the first out of the inning. Roane County 8-0.
Yeah, that would have infield fly rule in softball as well, correct?
I don't remember. I'm still learning the look-back rule. Caden Steele First pitch gets away, and that's going to advance runners. Smelko over to third. Out to second goes Harlan.
8-0. Roane County on top. Bottom one out.
Next pitch missing upstairs. No movement on the base pass. 2-0 the count. Steele, the first time in this inning, reached on an error. Stole the base and then scored on a wild pitch. 8-0, bottom of the first, Roane County. Next one missing low again, and Slack battling behind the plate there, Matt. Knocked that one down. Wilson on deck. See if Steele's got the green light here. She does not. It wouldn't have mattered. A 4-pitch walk issued. And that is going to draw a meeting and possibly a pitching change by Coach Clint Fout. That's going to come as Murray, a short and fast outing. Matt, again, the control issues were there in the first inning. She walked 1, 2, 3, 4 batters and hit a batter. And when she threw strikes, the Lady Raiders were hitting the softball around. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 base hits for the Lady Raiders as well. So we'll have a pitching change here coming up. We'll take a quick break, back to the studio, and we will check back in with a new pitcher right after this. We welcome you back to the Lady Raiders softball complex, still in the bottom of inning number 1, as Roane County has batted around the order. 8-0 is your score. Tough outing for Kaylee Murray in the bottom of the first inning. Struggled with some control issues. Walked 4 batters, hit another one. Roane County, when she threw strikes, was hitting the softball. 4 base hits, a couple of extra bases hits included in that. So a tough, quick outing for Murray. She will looks like be out in left field, Matt. She's in the infield talking, but I don't know if she's going to be in the outfield or if she's going to be back at her position at shortstop. New pitcher is Lewis. I've got P. Lewis. Don't know the first name yet. We'll figure it out.
Penelope.
Okay,
No.
We'll call it that for now. And she will check in with a tough situation here. Just 1 out defensively for the Lady Tigers, and the bases loaded with Afton Wilson coming to the plate. Wilson walking on 5 pitches and scoring in this inning. And she will be the first to face Lewis here in the bottom of the first. First pitch missing low. 1-0 the count. And again, Murray will be out in left field. Next offering missing outside. 2-0 the count to Afton Wilson. Now, Wirt County has obviously seen some tough games early in the season as Wilson turns on this one, rips it foul, third base side. They've given up 15 runs, 17 runs, 14 runs, 15 runs. And Roane County, the only team in a loss not to get to 10 in that first game, just 9. 2-1 the count to Wilson. Next pitch drops right in front of the plate, 3-1. Katie Young on deck for Roane County.
And if you can imagine, Drew, the SSAC site roster, not up to date.
Of course not. The 3-1 pitch upstairs, and that will walk home the 9th run of the inning for Roane County. Every runner advancing, and Ferris Smelko finally heads to the plate. And Wilson credited with the RBI on the walk. Katie Young takes the shin guards off. She had the RBI double, her first plate appearance in this inning. This one gets away. Here comes Harlan. And boy, is she an advantageous runner. She is quick, and that first step is just as quick.
Yeah, just great recognition there as well. As soon as that ball's passed, to just take off for home.
10 runs now here in the first inning. You've got Steele over at third, Wilson at second, and the leading RBI producer at the plate. 12 on the season for Katie Young. 2-0 the count. Raider boys in action tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. We'll be up on the top of the hill there at Leo Hines Field. 5 p.m. versus Webster County, single game. 2-0 pitch, missing low, and again, Slack able to knock it down.
Yeah, just a good job to keep that one in front. Good jump there by Lewis to come in and cover the plate.
If I'm not mistaken, Roane County's Lady Raiders will play Webster tomorrow too here, right?
I believe it's actually away, a doubleheader.
Really? Well, we picked the home game, I suppose, then. Bases loaded now as Young, a 4-pitch walk. And that will bring up Mahaley Nicholson once again. 733 hitter. It's almost astronomical to think that somebody could hit that well. I mean, I know we're early in the season, but still, wow. Nicholson, 4 RBIs. Make it 5, sorry. She had one, her first plate appearance here in this inning. Want to know the counts. New pitcher, number 10, P. Lewis. Find out what the P stands for.
That's what it's got on the Max Preps roster. Simply P. Lewis.
2-0 the count to Nicholson as Lewis missing inside. Bases juiced full of Lady Raider runners with 1 out in the bottom of the first, 10-0. And a 3-0 count now as the struggles for the pitchers continue here in this inning. Three-0 pitch down the middle, ripped back up the middle, and through it goes as another RBI in this inning for Mahaley Nicholson. She got one good pitch and ripped it up the middle. That was a great attempt by Smith, Matt, at shortstop.
Well, yeah, the unfortunate part of that is Wilson had to slow up to allow for that ball to go past. That's because you didn't want to get called for the interference. It made her hold up a little bit, wasn't able to advance home, and gets held up there at third. So bases still loaded again, 11-0. Roane County bottom of the first, 1 out.
Pinch hitter coming in here, Emily Casto, the freshman, will bat for Michaela Boatwright. Bases loaded still. First pitch in the dirt, again, Slack equal to the task. Nothing Roane County. Next pitch from Lewis upstairs, 2-0.
Again, just control issues have been a problem here for Wirt County in the early part of this game.
2-0 pitch missing inside.
Still just 1 out here, bottom of the first.
3-0 the count to Casto. And that will be a 4-pitch walk issued to the freshman who earns an RBI on the season. And the movement continues on the base paths. Nicholson to second. As Young's pinch runner. Is that Greathouse again? Over at third? I can't tell.
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Wilson headed home on that one. A strike called here to Lexi Burdette. And that is the first strike, Matt, since Wilson was at the plate. 12 straight base or balls issued before that. Next one upstairs. Burdette walked her first plate appearance here in the inning. 12-1 the score, or 12-0, sorry, the score. And Roane County is going to plate another one. I think that hit Burdette.
Yeah, that skipped off the ground and caught her in the leg. So 13-0 now. Roane County just one out, bottom of the first.
And fair Smelko for the second time. Smelko also walked her first plate appearance here in inning number 1. Lewis still battling through some early control issues here. Came in to pitch for Murray. 2-0 the count. Still one out, still bottom of the first, still bases loaded for the Lady Raiders. And this time Lewis crosses the plate on the outside corner. Two and one the count. Next pitch missing low, 3-1 to Smelko. And once again, you are about to see the top of the order once again in Piper Harlan, who already has half the cycle complete. Double and a single in this one. And that will be a ball 4. So another walk issued. And Roane County moving around the diamond. Now 14-0.
Harlan coming up to the plate, just got a high five right to the face mask from her teammate.
Harlan is a home run away, by the way, from hitting for the cycle in the doubleheader. Not necessarily in this game, called strike here on the outside corner, as the Lady Raiders have batted around now twice here in the inning.
Yeah, 14 runs on the board, still just the one out.
Next one missing outside, 1-1 to Harlan. Piper now with 10 RBIs on the year. She had 3 in the first game, 2 already here in this inning. Over the middle, and Harlan, boy, did she take a swing at that one. Out in front of it, though.
She's trying to complete that cycle with the home run. Finally got a pretty good pitch there close to the plate to try to take a hack at.
And the first 2 hits she got were against Murray, so this is the first time she's looking at Lewis. 2-2 the count as Lewis misses upstairs. Two pitch down the middle, and that is tattooed into the gap left center field. This one may empty the bases. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Here comes Smelko around, and there goes Harlan into third. And Piper Harlan now is a home run away from hitting for the cycle in this game. Heck, even this inning, Matt. A bases clearing triple for Piper Harlan. She now has 5 RBIs in this inning.
It was a good thing that throw to third. It had the timing, but it was off kilter just a little bit. Pulled the third baseman out into foul territory, which allowed Harlan to scoot into third. That was just an excellent hit. Finally got one to look at, turned on it, and ripped it into left center field.
You know, that was as far away as it could be from both the center fielder and the left fielder. Stepping up, Elizabeth Greathouse getting into the mix a little bit here with a first pitch single and an RBI, scoring Harlan quickly.
Nice little, it's one of those seeing eye singles. It just kind of finds the hole. Nice piece of hitting there from Greathouse.
So everybody getting in the mix now. Greathouse actually was what that was. And Elizabeth with an RBI single. So now we're going to get a new batter.
Amber Carpenter.
Carpenter will bat for Steele. And the first pitch for Lewis finds the mark.
18 runs have crossed here in the bottom of the first for Roane County.
Next pitch missing upstairs. 1-1 the count to Carpenter. Lewis rocks and fires. This one hits the plate. And the count now 2-1 to Carpenter. Two-one pitch to Carpenter. Swings and rips this one over towards Murray in shallow left field. And Kaylee Murray, did we say, Matt, that she was an athlete? She is absolutely.
She proved it there. Diving backhanded stop. That was an excellent catch out there in left.
I'm watching it right now on the review. That was a hard hit shot. Dropped out of the sky quickly. And Murray sliding, diving. And she makes out number 2. Next pitch gets away. They'll send Greathouse with speed down to second. So now 2 outs here in the inning. Afton Wilson, pair of walks here in this inning. The second one resulted in an RBI. And a called strike here for the second pitch. 1-1 now to Wilson. So Roane County, a big first inning. 18 runs. Next pitch from Lewis hits the front of the plate. 2-1. Next pitch finds the mark. 2-2 to Wilson. 2 outs. Runner on second. Roane County has batted around the order. We're into the third round of this. Next pitch swung on, ripped right at Murray again. She comes in and makes the back-to-back grabs, and the inning is over. But it is big for Roane County. 18 across after 1 inning. It is Roane County 18, Wirt County 0. We welcome you back to the Lady Raiders softball complex. After 1 inning of play, it is Roane County here in Game 2, a mammoth lead, 18 runs across in the bottom of the inning, 7 base hits 4 errors defensively for Wirt County, and a runner left on base as the combination of Murray and the new pitcher Lewis really struggling with control. Matt, a lot of walks in that inning. And that's what can happen sometimes. Roane County will be opportunistic. They're going to take advantage of all those issues, as they did when the balls were across the plate, Matt. They were ripping at it, specifically Harlan. In that inning was 3 for 3 with a single, a double, a triple, and 5 RBIs. So we move to the top of the second inning. And we got 5, 6, 7 coming to the plates. Mulaney Smith first off. And this one's going to hit the back of the foot of Smith, as Nicholson, who has not been throwing much in the last 40 minutes that Roane County's been on offense, and that one hit Smith in the foot, and you could hear it.
Yeah, just a collective gasp whenever something like that, because everybody knows how much that has to hurt.
And we know the speed that Nicholson brings to the plate. You're almost hoping those are off-speed pitches when she does hit a batter.
A couple of defensive changes. You got Afton Wilson moving over to third, and you've got Emily Casto coming in at first.
First pitch to the second baseman, Harley Boyce, who was the pitcher of record in the first game, missing low, gets away. And Smith will advance out to second.
You've also got Harlan moving from right to center field, and then Elizabeth Greathouse, I believe, is out there in right in place of Carly Greathouse.
Strike one here to Boyce over the middle of the plate. It's almost like Nicholson is having to restart this game.
Yeah, when you spend that much time, sitting and waiting, kind of maybe lose your rhythm a little bit. And
another passed ball will advance Smith over to third now.
well, we've seen those jams a couple times. See if Roane County's defense is up to the task again. See if the defense can make a play for their pitcher.
2-1 offering, inside corner, healthy cut. And Boyce misses on that one, 2-2. Avery Reeder on deck. If you're Roane County, you look at this score, you've got the 15 runs and 3 extras. If you can get to the top of the third, you can end this one quickly. And there it is, another strikeout. First of this game for Mahaley. She had 8 in game 1, including 6 in a row at one point. And the first out of the inning.
So nice to be able to get some of these youngsters in there. You still got Burdette at second, Casto at first. Liz Greathouse out there in right. It's nice to be able to get them some varsity action throughout this season. You're always going to need depth in your lineup.
First pitch swung on a missed by Reeder. Yeah, it is going to do wonders when you're playing at the varsity level. You get a little bit of time on the field at least and in the batter's box. Next pitch sails outside, 1-1. And with Roane County, Matt, there are going to be opportunities like this in games this year.
Yeah, there's several matchups that we have coming up that, are really in Roane County's favor. So, you hope you can expect to, see some more of this and getting, some more of these girls some playing time and just get them accustomed to seeing pitches at the varsity level.
2-1 offering over the middle of the plate, swung on a miss. 2-2. We're in the top of the second inning. If you just joined us, Roane County played at 18 in the bottom of the first. They lead 18-0. Took game 1 in 5 innings, 9-0. Looking to sweep the Wirt County Tigers here today. 2-2 pitch. This one hops the catcher, and Young just easy with that one. Full count, though. Smith led off the inning, hit by pitch. She's over at third. Boyce struck out. And a 3-2 count here to Reeder. Here comes the payoff pitch, and Nicholson goes right at the batter over the middle heat. And, Matt, that was nice.
Yeah, I said earlier you were in a jam and you want your defense to make a play for you. And Nicholson just taking it upon herself to get herself out of this jam. Back-to-back strikeouts.
We'll bring up the right fielder, Katie Dusky. And Nicholson right back to it again. That first batter, she was just warming back up, I think.
That's Lewis at the plate.
Is it? Thank you. So she came in to pitch, but officially she came in the lineup for at the time, the left fielder, Dusky.
Right.
Swing and a miss, 0-2. And this looks like Nicholson of inning number 4 last game with the 3 straight Ks.
It just took her a couple of pitches to get back into her rhythm.
And 3 straight over the middle, swung on a missed, and that's a quick top of the second. 18-0 Roane County. Lady Raiders back to the plate in the bottom of the inning after this. As we move into the bottom of inning number 2, Roane County, that big bottom of the first, leads at 18-0. Roane County took game 1 of the doubleheader, 9-0 in 5 innings. They're trying to match that and actually best that effort here. For Roane County, really all you need here is to get to the top of the 3rd inning. You've got the 15 runs. You got 3 extra on top of that, and with Mahaley Nicholson, you'd almost not want to have a long inning because when she came back in the top of the second to offensively pitching, she hit the first batter, struggled with a little control, and immediately got back to things as she struck out the next 3. Just took her a couple of pitches to get warmed up. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. I'm not even going to say who's up because we might get some subs here. Is that Katie Young getting set to check in? Looks like so.
Yeah, Young's going to stay in.
We've got 5, 6, and 7 due up, and that's Young, Nicholson, and Boatwright originally. Casto, though, batted for Boatwright the second time in the first inning. I imagine we may see Casto again. And Lewis ready to go to work here in the second inning. Once again, Roane County boys team will be back in action tomorrow up at Leo Hines Field. We'll be there with pregame coverage right about 4:50 against Webster County. And then that will do it for us for the week. We've got some prior commitments over the weekend, but both teams will be in action. Roane County's boys heading to Robert C. Byrd. The girls heading to Lindsley Academy up near Wheeling for a doubleheader on Saturday. First pitch to Young, missing. 1-0 the count. Young 1 for 1 with a double and an RBI in the first inning. She scored both times. Looks on at a strike. 1-1 the count.
You know, she'd like to have a pitch that she can hit right here.
That one nubbed off the tip of the bat. Got some nasty English to it. Just in time, though, is Boyce over to first to foul for out number 1. It sounded like that hit off of a bad part of a bat.
Yeah, just like you said, a slow dribbler. It looked like a pool cue ball just spinning as it came off the bat.
Nicholson swings at the first pitch, golfs it out of the dirt, and that will drop in for the single. That is 3 straight singles. For the pitcher, Nicholson, she had 2 RBIs in the first inning. This time it comes with no one aboard. And we will have Casto coming to the plate once again. So Emily Casto getting her second plate appearance as Nicholson will check out on the base paths.
It's Lacey Mitchell coming in to run.
Runner on first, one out, bottom of the second, 18-0 Roane County. They need not score anymore. They got to get to the top of the third and eliminate them. Here's Casto, first pitch high into the sky. That's the third put out by pop fly for the catcher Braylon Slack in 2 games. So quickly, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. And it will be Lexi Burdette coming to the plate. Bottom of the second with 2 outs and an 18-0 Roane County lead here. First pitch ripped towards the shortstop. Smith gobbles it up, and she is on to second for the putout. A very quick bottom of the second inning for the Wirt County defense. To the top of the third we go. Roane County going to try to end it in 3. See if they can after this. And we welcome you back inside the Lady Raiders softball complex. Roane County into the top of the third inning, leading 18-0. That was a very good inning, though, defensively for Wirt County. Strikes were thrown, and defense was had. There are ground outs, a couple of ground outs, and a pop fly out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. So the onus falls once again on the defense and Mahaley Nicholson as they've got some runs to play with. Wirt County will need 4 in the top of the third. Otherwise, this one will end early. Roane County took game 1, 9-0 in 5. Roane County looking to sweep it and go 6-1 here on the season. And to do that, they will see hitters 9, 1, and 2 coming to the plate. And do we have a pinch hitter here? Or no, she's in the ballgame.
No,
Sorry,
Jones.
Casey Jones is in the ballgame. My bad. So her first plate appearance of the evening. And Nicholson looking to try to close it out here in the top of the third. She struck out the last 3 batters last inning. First offering. Down the middle. Strike 1 called. Oh, 1 the count. And this one low and inside. Good stop, though, by Katie Young behind the plate. I'm sure whole plate umpire Mike Brohart appreciates that.
Saving his shins back there.
Yeah. 1-1 the count. Nicholson rocks it, fires outside corner. Good paint. And it's 1-2 now to Jones. Murray in the on-deck circle. It's been a beautiful day here, though.
The sun's finally dropped behind the hills.
And a called strike 3 there for Mahaley Nicholson on Jones, and Jones goes down. 4 straight strikeouts now for Nicholson. And this has been the one player that Nicholson has had trouble with. Murray had the lone base hit in game number 1. Also reached on an error hitting the ball, and she swung at the first pitch in this game. Ripped it up the middle for the single. At the moment, that represents, again, the only hit for the Tigers. 1-0 the count to Murray. Murray's also made a couple of fantastic plays in the field defensively. Next pitch, healthy swing and a miss. Murray turned on that one, Matt.
Yeah, she was looking to try to take that one for a ride. Murray, like you said, she's been a good hitter so far in these 2 games.
And the 1-1 pitch popped up high into the sky, and Steele backs up into the outfield and makes it very entertaining before making the catch.
Yeah, just had to add a little bit of flair to that out.
So 2 up, 2 down to begin the top of the third. Roane County 1 out away from the short game. Braylon Slack to the plate. Reached on the fielder's choice in the first inning. And right down Main Street for strike 1 goes Nicholson.
Nicholson just continuing to dominate here in this game, too.
Oh, next pitch missing inside.
I definitely kiboshed that one.
Right between the numbers, the 11 and Slack takes one right between the shoulder blades. But guess what? She's a catcher.
Oh, yeah.
She will wipe that off quickly. She already thrown a thumbs up to the bench. She said, I'm fine. Let's go.
Just
Play.
It smarts just for a second, and then you remember how tough you really are.
She wanted to rub some dirt on it. And Nicholson fights right back with the first pitch strike.
I don't know about you, but if I got hit right in the back and had to rub some dirt on it, I wouldn't be able to reach it.
Oh, absolutely not.
Not near as flexible these days.
Next pitch missing inside. I've got Copeland, but that is not Copeland, Matt. What am I missing here?
No, they subbed out Copeland in the last defensive inning.
Okay.
And moved, I believe, Murray over to center field. Just trying to get a look at the number on this one.
This one missing inside. I think a 1? I don't see a 1. That's Neff. Yep, that's Allie Neff, who did not start this second game. Wild pitch missing as Slack heads down to second. 2-1 the count. Roane County 1 out away from short gaming in the third inning. Wirt County. 2-1 pitch, wasting nothing there, right down Main Street. 2-2. Nicholson rocks and fires. Oh, I think she lost her footing there on the rubber because she looked awkward delivering that one. That one got away massively. 3-2 the count now as Slack moves on to third. Again, Roane County 18-0. They can give up 3 runs here and still be okay at the top of the third. And here comes the payoff pitch, called strike on the inside corner. And that will do it. Lady Raiders sweep the doubleheader from Wirt County 9-0 and 18-0 here in this one in the top of the third inning. Take a break for our sponsors, come back, recap, give you some statistics, our Player of the Game awards, and we'll wrap things up from the Lady Raiders softball complex after this. We welcome you back inside the Lady Raider softball complex. Successful doubleheader for Roane County here tonight. They sweep Wirt County 9-0 in 5 innings in Game 1 and 18-0 here in Game 2. The name of this game was the bottom of the first inning. Roane County batted around the order twice and a half, and there were some control issues with both Murray and Lewis, the two pitchers for Wirt County in that inning. They walked a lot of batters. Roane County finished with 7 base hits, 4 errors included in that inning for Wirt County. It all led to a big blowout, 18-0 victory. Roane County blanked in the second and didn't bat in the top of the third here tonight. This is just one of those things that it can happen quickly in softball, but for Roane County, they are opportunistic. If you have some problems, they will absolutely capitalize on those problems, and that is what they did here tonight. The numbers: Roane County 18 runs on 8 hits, 4 errors defensively for Wirt County. Just 3 batters left on base for Wirt County. Another 1-hitter, this time in 3 innings for Nicholson. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base for Wirt County. Mahaley Nicholson goes 3 innings of work, gets another victory, 5 strikeouts, no runs. She did plunk 2 batters. She did not walk one in this inning, or in this 3 innings, but she did give up the 1 hit to Murray. So in 8 innings of the day, Mahaley Nicholson gives up just 2 base hits. Both of them were to Murray for Roane County. Individually scoring, Piper Harlan, boy, did she have a day today. 3 for 3 in the second game with 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored, a triple and a double. She was just a home run away from hitting for the cycle in the first inning. Carly Greathouse, 0 for 1 with a run and a walk. She gave way to Elizabeth Greathouse, who went 1 for 1 with the RBI. Caden Steele, 0 for 1 with 2 runs scored and a walk. And Amber Carpenter got 1 at bat, 0 for 1 with a pop out. Afton Wilson on the day, 0 for 1 with a pair of walks, 2 runs, and an RBI. Katie Young, 1 for 2 with an RBI double, a pair of runs scored. Mahaley Nicholson goes 3 for 3 at the plate in Game 2. 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Michaela Boatwright, 0 for 0. She walked her only plate appearance. She was hit by a pitch, her only plate appearance in the first inning. Scored a run as well. Casto comes in for her. 0 for 1. She did walk in a run, so that was an RBI, a walk and a run for her. Lexi Burdette, 0 for 2 with a pair of runs. She was hit by another pitch here in the second game and walked once. And Ferris Smelko, officially 0 for 0. 2 plate appearances, both walks in the first. She scored 2 runs, and she had the 2 RBIs walking home those 2 runs. Matt, it's what you can have sometimes in Roane County softball. They're going to jump on you.
Yeah, I mean, you have some control issues. It was that second game was all about base running. I mean, it's first and foremost wasn't a lot of pitches to really get a good swing at. We're able to capitalize whenever we had those opportunities, but they were just kind of few and far between here tonight, and just you do what you got to do in this game. I mean, you're not going to get up there and swing at bad pitches for no reason. If you can just stand there and take a pass and get yourself an easy RBI, get your team on the board, put up 18 in the first, and call it a day. This is just how it goes sometimes.
Wirt County now falls to 1-6. Roane County 6-1 on the season. Again, according to Matt, they'll be on the road for a doubleheader at Webster County tomorrow. We'll talk about our next broadcast here in just a second. Before we do that, Matt White, did I give you enough time, buddy? Player of the Game awards from Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts.
Well, again, I mean, you got to give credit to Nicholson. 5 Ks out of that 3-inning spell. Only gave up 1 hit. Did hit 2 batters, but defensively it doesn't leave a whole lot for your fielders to be able to do much
Not
with.
for them to do.
Yeah, you just get hot and you start making outs. She also had caught a pop out of her own, so one Mahaley Nicholson, and she's also got to get credit at the plate. 3 for 3, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and then Piper Harlan. I mean, you go 3 for 3, nearly hit for the cycle in 1 inning. 5 RBIs, score 3 runs. There's not much more you can do about that. So, congratulations to to those two young ladies, Piper Harlan and Mahaley Nicholson, are Willard C. Starch Auto Parts players of the game.
That'll do it for us here tonight from the Lady Raiders softball complex. 6-1 Roane County after the doubleheader sweep, 9-0, 18-0. Our next sports broadcast will be back up on top of the hill tomorrow at 5 p.m. Roane County baseball team in action. They'll host Webster County. The Highlanders coming to Leo Hines Memorial Field for a 5 p.m. scheduled first pitch. Glad you could join us here tonight on WVRC 104.7 FM. WVRCFM.com, and, of course, our Facebook Live feed. Appreciate everybody joining us there. For our entire broadcast crew, George Allen, our studio technician, back at WVRC Control, Katie Nutter, our camera person, Joe McDonald, again appreciated from A&M Digital Technologies, providing graphics, replays, and the scores, and Matt White, my color commentator. I'm Andrew Miller. We'll see you all tomorrow.